All rise. Support Court with Judge Van der Bee is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1073, Ellison case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Ellison?
Yes.
You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, I'm divorced from the person that didn't show up.
I see that.
Yes, and I'm here to ask the court for more spousal support. I've went part-time on my job. I'm no longer working full-time. I've lost money. And the man's done nothing but cause me trouble since we've been divorced. He does all kinds of crazy stuff.
Okay.
And I deserve more money with all this harassment. Plus, I want a restraining order against him. This has to stop. My nerves are on edge. Can't take much more of it. But I think $100 a week.
All right, buckle up. We're heading into a courtroom showdown packed with emotion and high stakes. Miss Ellison, recently divorced and facing serious financial struggles, is asking the court for an increase in spousal support. But her ex-husband, a wealthy CEO, isn't just unwilling. He didn't even bother to show up. As Miss Ellison takes the stand, we're about to witness a dramatic clash between cold legal standards and raw human emotion. Will the court grant her the support she's fighting for, or will her plea fall flat? Stay tuned. This case is about to take a dramatic turn.
Support would be fair with all the, the headaches he's given me and everything like that.
You think it'll be fair?
Yes, I've left him alone. I don't go around him. It's him doing the harassing.
Okay. How long ago did you all get divorced?
It's been almost 2 years now.
Okay.
He just won't let go.
What is he doing to harass you?
Like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, he drives around the house blowing his horn at all hours of the morning. He comes down to my work unannounced, goes right into where I'm working at and wants to argue with me in front of co-workers. I mean, I could be fired for that. I mean,
Have
it's totally
you ever
ridiculous.
tried to call the police on him?
Well, by the time they get there, he's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, they've never caught him actually doing anything.
Okay.
He knows not to get caught, but I need a restraining order. That's the only thing that's really going to, I think, keep him away from me.
Okay.
And he found
well,
out
I don't do restraining orders in this court. You can go to another court and definitely request a restraining order. And I believe that's something you can do at your local police department, too.
Okay, well, thank you. I didn't know that.
Yes, ma'am. This is where things really start to heat up. Miss Ellison is asking for an additional $100 a week in spousal support, arguing that her income has dropped. She's now working part-time, and life's been a struggle. But here's the twist. She's not exactly drowning in debt. She's got a stable home, a fully paid-off car, and her expenses haven't significantly changed since the divorce. What's fueling her plea is the fact that her ex-husband keeps getting annual raises. His income is climbing, while she's barely scraping by. Still, the judge doesn't seem moved by her emotional appeal. Could there be more beneath the surface? Is this a genuine cry for help, or something else entirely?
Definitely that. Now, I can, if you qualify, obviously, for an increase in spousal maintenance, that is something that I can entertain. So let's talk about that. You said you believe $100, an extra $100 a week is fair.
Yes.
Why do you believe that's fair?
Well, like I said, my wages have went down. I'm only working part-time now. We're doing layoffs and things like that. So
you said your wages?
Yeah, my wages.
Okay.
Are going down, and his are going up because he still gets those 2 raises every year. He's been with that company forever, and he makes good money. I don't make half of what he's making, and it's been really tough. I raised his children. I entertained his friends. I kept the house clean. I did everything that a good wife does. I think I deserve that extra $100 a week, and he can certainly afford it.
What does he do for a living?
He's a CEO for an oil company.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes really good money, bonuses and all that stuff. I mean, he's just raking it in.
How much is your spousal maintenance right now?
The spousal maintenance, it's about $325 a week, maybe.
Okay.
He doesn't pay on time either. It's not always on time. So he is late on that. I think that should be a penalty right there. He shouldn't be late.
Okay. What type of expenses do you have?
Well, I have rent. I'm still making the payments on the house. We, before we got divorced, we had it redecorated, carpet paneling on the outside. Siding on the outside. All kinds of different things were added to it. And I'm making the payments on that still. I still got another 5 years for all those payments to be paid off. And then, I got food. My car's paid off, but, gasoline's expensive, the upkeep of the car, things like that, electric bills, water, everything like that. Not to mention entertainment. I mean, you can't expect me to sit around the house and watch TV all the time. I mean, I'd go out from time to time. That takes money.
Now, when you all were divorced 2 years ago,
As we dig deeper, the tension only grows. Miss Ellison paints a vivid picture of financial hardship, low wages from her part-time job, rising gas prices, and the ongoing costs of maintaining her home. But here's where things take a sharp turn. During the divorce, she walked away with a significant sum, roughly $250,000 from her ex-husband's 401k. With that kind of financial cushion, her claim of desperation starts to lose ground. The judge doesn't hold back, pointing out a harsh reality. If every ex-spouse came back to court just because their former partner got a raise, the system would be overwhelmed. It's a sobering moment. So the question stands, is Miss Ellison truly struggling, or is there more to this story than meets the eye?
awarded the home?
Yes, I was awarded the home. And he fought me on that, but I won it.
Okay. So you were awarded the home. You don't have a lot of payments left on it.
No.
So I guess I'm confused as to why you're here, because you haven't said anything that will warrant an increase in your maintenance.
Well, I went down on hours from work. I mean, that's a financial burden.
Well,
And-
okay, so you went down on
yeah, my
hours.
boss did. My boss did. I didn't do it. My boss made me take less hours.
Right, but nothing has really changed with a lot of your expenses. You said you don't have a car note. You have a little bit left on your home to pay off. Sounds like you're mainly paying utilities and then a mortgage.
And the insurance for the car, I mean, the insurance is always expensive. Gasoline prices always going up.
Right, but you had those expenses at the time that you were divorced, correct?
Yes.
When you all were divorced, did he have a 401k in existence?
Yes.
And this is Texas, which is a community property state, so I'm assuming you at least got 50% of that.
Yes, I did, but
Yes,
I don't think
no,
that
ma'am.
should be taken into consideration.
No, ma'am. It was taken into consideration the first time you received spousal maintenance. You can't have me take it into consideration again. That's not fair, and it's definitely not the law.
His 2 raises every year. I don't get raises. My job's a very poor paying job. I'm uneducated. I mean, I'm not, my age, I'm not going to find much now. I have to stay where I'm at. I feel like I'm trapped in this life.
And Miss Ellison, I feel like you came here to waste my time because I can.
As we dig deeper, the tension only grows. Miss Ellison paints a vivid picture of financial hardship, low wages from her part-time job, rising gas prices, and the ongoing costs of maintaining her home. But here's where things take a sharp turn. During the divorce, she walked away with a significant sum, roughly $250,000 from her ex-husband's 401k. With that kind of financial cushion, her claim of desperation starts to lose ground. The judge doesn't hold back, pointing out a harsh reality. If every ex-spouse came back to court just because their former partner got a raise, the system would be overwhelmed. It's a sobering moment, so the question stands, is Miss Ellison truly struggling, or is there more to this story than meets the eye?
And spousal maintenance,
$50
just because
a
you're
week?
asking for it, no ma'am.
25?
Even $5, the answer is no. So is there anything else that you needed from me here today? Because I cannot grant you spousal maintenance just because he's made an increase from his wages.
Well,
If that were the standard, then everyone would come in court asking for an increase.
people need it.
And now, the final blow. After a tense back and forth, the judge delivers a firm decision. Miss Ellison's case is dismissed. According to the court, she simply doesn't meet the criteria for an increase in spousal support. Her argument, that her ex-husband's rising income should justify more money, falls flat. The judge stands his ground, reminding everyone that spousal support is based on legal standards, not emotional appeals. It's a hard moment. Miss Ellison walks away with nothing but a stark reality check. In matters like these, financial facts outweigh feelings. It's a gut punch for anyone who's ever felt shortchanged by a divorce ruling. But here's the question. Was the judge too cold? Or was Miss Ellison asking for more than the law allows?
Well,
Women
and
living
you-
on their own, I mean, that's hard.
Let me ask you this question. When you all were divorced and you received half of his 401k, how much was that?
It was a nice piece,
Okay, what's a nice piece? Give me a number.
about $250,000.
Okay, well, you know what? If there's nothing further, your case is dismissed and so are you. Thank you.
The case is dismissed, but there's a lot to unpack. Miss Ellison's emotional appeal just didn't hold up in the eyes of the law. Without a clear, substantial change in her financial situation, the judge had no legal grounds to grant her more spousal support. It's a powerful reminder. The courtroom runs on evidence, not emotion. If this case caught you off guard like it did us, be sure to like, share your thoughts in the comments, and hit that subscribe button for more jaw-dropping courtroom drama.
Judge Vanderby, I wanted to go over what you all witnessed in the Ellison case. So ex-wife in this case, she was wanting an increase in her spousal maintenance. Well, if you're going to come to court and ask for an increase in spousal maintenance, there are a number of things that you have to show. If you remember, we talked previously about spousal maintenance and the things that you needed to show in terms of the factors to even qualify. It works the same way when you're asking for a modification of that. What do you all hear? She was talking about her job, cut her wages, cut the time that she would have to be at work, although husband made this money, but nothing really changed in terms of her expenses. Her expenses actually decreased because she inherited a lot of money when she and her ex-husband divorced. Therefore, she didn't qualify for an increase in a modification of her spousal support, which is why her case was dismissed.